Hi, y'all. It's Molecule here. You don't know me, but I bet you know my aunt. Ow! Y'all probably know her as Miss Friz. She's been teaching me everything I need to know about teaching science, and I'm here to share it with you. So we're going to have a little fun today, learning a little bit about what it's like to be a scientist, how to run a science experiment, and do an experiment. Who's ready? As Aunt Val always says, buckle up. Here we go. First thing is, what is a scientist? I'll let you think on that for a minute. Well, a scientist, y'all, is someone who, gotta make sure I got my picture all in. I'm like kind of cut off here. There we go. All right. So a scientist is a person who asks questions and tries different ways to answer them. If you study animals, you're a scientist. If you build things, you're also a scientist. What do scientists do? Well, they ask a question. Like, what will happen if, which just happens to be what we're going to do today. And then they form a hypothesis. That's just a thinking sentence. That means you think this is going to happen. It's like a prediction in your reading. Then they test out those predictions, those hypotheses. And when they're done doing that, they record their observations. That's just scientists speak for. They write down and draw what they did and what happened. And then they take all that information and they use it up here and they decide this is what happened and why it happened. That's called a conclusion. So we're going to do a little fun today. One thing you guys can do at home to do your own experiment is you can take an apple, this nice juicy apple, and you can put it in a bucket of water, like right over here, and find out, does it float? I'll let you figure that one out. Now, I'm going to show you something really, really, really cool. We're going to do an experiment here. Trying to get it to where y'all can see it. All right. Okay. Yes, y'all can see this. All right. So I took an apple and I used this core tool and I made a hole in it. Now I have a question. If I take this powder and I put it in the middle of the apple, down here like this, and then I add this liquid, what do I think is going to happen? That is your hypothesis. I think, have you got that in your head now? Now, so you can see it really good, we're going to add a little bit of food coloring in here. And I think I put a little too much, so we better watch out. Are you all ready to test our hypothesis? I know I am. Here we go. Wow! Can you see it? Can you hear it? Oh, yes, you can. Did you think that was going to happen? I knew because I've run this experiment a couple times, but it always still surprises me because I can keep pouring and I'll keep doing it. We call that apple volcanoes. And just so you know, the powder we put in, boys and girls, that was baking soda. The kind that your moms and dads and families all put in the refrigerator to keep all the smells out. It's also great for this. And this liquid, it's not a potion. It sounds like we did a potion, but it's not a potion. It is vinegar. So you could have fun with this at home, but you notice I wore my safety goggles. I kept everything on a tray to keep it all safe. So this here is Molecule. I will be back next week to do some fun with weather with you guys when you do some weather learning next week. So until then, Reach for the stars.